Hello and welcome. Guadalcanal Campaign, made by Gary Grigsby, is considered to be the first monster wargame for PC. This game, released at the beginning of the 80s, was the Grigsby debut in the computer wargaming and became quite a success, selling about 5,000 of copies, which was pretty good result back then. I was quite interested in this game. Well, I was too young to play it when it was released because I was born in these times, and at the 80s getting a computer to make it run in Poland was pretty impossible. The best you can get was Atari or Commodore computers, and getting something like Apple II was virtually impossible. So I decided to give this game a chance now, 40 years later, and I wanted to check how it goes. I found that there is barely any video about this game at YouTube, so I take my time reading a rulebook and decided to record a video about this game, showing how this game works. So I hope some of you will find this video interesting. So this is a keyboard controlled game. You cannot use a mouse, but of course there is always some buts, and you can see this map in the background. I will tell about it more later. So for now, let's start a new game. I will choose a color and solitaire. As for solitaire level, I will stay with level 3. I am not a pro player. This is my third, I think, or fourth time playing this game, so I'm not going to challenge my luck. Let's start with 3, and here we have scenarios. We have two campaigns, one is longer and one is shorter. We have two scenarios that take a couple of days to finish, and we have two scenarios that take 2 days to finish. I will start with this 7th scenario, Eastern Solomons. There are 2 days only, so it should be pretty quick to play. Okay, I'm going to turn off the sound because, well, I'm not going to check how the sound for the Apple games that are about 40 years old will work. Okay, so now we can start the game. It will take a while to load, so I will return when it will be loaded. Okay, we are in, and let's check. This is turn 1. We have 4 turns to play, because each game is each day is divided into 2 turns, AM and PM. So at the beginning of this scenario, Japan player has 80 victory points, and US player, this means us, has 60 victory points. We can start the game. And here we have a first turn and the first phase of the first turn, and in this phase we can do some adjustment. We can form a new task force from the units that are in our bases. We can combine our task forces that are on the same hex, on the same zone. We can divide our task force into the smaller task force. We can load transports or train our carrier pilots. This option we can skip because it takes a couple of turns and we have only 2 days, so we can ignore. Display sunk ships, we have no sunk ships so far. Check pipeline, this shows us if our ships are in refit or repair. Now we can check our air group display, and let's start with this. So here are our air bases. We have 3 land air bases and 3 carriers. Each of them might have a couple of aircraft. These are fighters, bombers and heavy bombers. You can see that we have B-17 Flying Fortress on the Espiritu Santo base, which is here, and some other aircraft on the Henderson Field, which is here, and the remaining our aircraft are on carriers. So, and Sarah and Enterprise have the same number, and Wasp has a little less of fighters. Okay, next we can list of our active task force. So let's check. We have 4 task force so far. Three of them have a mission C, this means combat patrol, so they are simply sailing around and checking if an enemy is nearby. And one of them has a mission U, this means this is a submarine group. To check what group is, we can turn 4 and it will tell us that we have one carrier, Saratoga, two cruisers, Minneapolis and New Orleans, and couple of destroyers. It is a good idea to take a card and mark yourself a number. For example, take a card and mark 4 and make it Sarah. This means that you will remember that Task Force 4 is Saratoga. And let's check Task Force 5. This is Enterprise. Oh, we have even a battleship, North Carolina. Two cruisers, one heavy and one light, and a couple of destroyers. Taffy 6 is Wasp. Next we have a couple of cruisers and a couple of destroyers as well. And finally, mission Task Force 7. These are our submarines. So, first thing that I'm going to do is to go into Divide Task Force and go into Task Force 4. Oh, sorry, no. No Task Force 4. That's not my... No, we don't need to divide Task Force 4, but we want to divide Task Force 7. This is this submarine group. They have 6 submarines in this group, so I think it might be a good idea to divide this task force into 2 smaller task forces. So 124, 128 and 129. So these 3 submarines will be in the separate task force. So now we have 2 submarine task force. Okay, what can we do next? We can display our map. This is 9, and now you can see the map of the game. And now take a look on the map here. So you can see that this map, which is here in the paint window, is definitely much more detailed. It was added to the game as a paper version, so you could use it to mark your units, their movement, positions of your groups and the enemy groups, and it was a great help when you played game, because on this map, well, of course you can play with this map only, but I think this might be a very good idea to use this map as well, so I decided to do it. It will be a bit old school, yeah, but we are playing definitely an old school game. So we can now check where our task force are located. So let's start with Task Force 4. It is here. So this is a Santa Isabel island. So I think this is this square. So let's mark 4. So we know it is here. So now Task Force 5, it is on the same square. Now Task Force 6 is here. I think it is 3 squares from the Spiritu Santo and on the same high. So let's, I hope I'm doing it right. So it is 6, and now Task Force 7, it is here next to the Japanese base at Bougainville. And I guess that Task Force 8 is on the same square. Okay, now we know the positions of our units. You can see that there are no enemy units on the map. Yes, because in this game you have to find the enemy first. So, now we know when our units are. We can also check Guadalcanal status. This is S. It tells us how many troops we have and how many supplies they have. Land actions are really limited in this game. So that's all for this phase. We can go and finish adjustment phase. Next we have a movement phase. We move each task force separately, and now we have to decide what are we going to do with our task forces. So first, this is task force 4. This is a Saratoga task force, and where I'm going to move it. It is, I think, I think I put them wrong on the wrong place, because Guadalcanal is here, so they are not here, but let me correct this, because it might cause some confusion later. How to do it? I want to remove it. Okay, this should be fine. And now they are, this is Henderson Field, and they are here. Oh yeah, on this square. So groups 4 and 5 are here. Alright, so now we can move our groups, and I think it is not a bad idea to keep them closer to the Henderson Field at Guadalcanal, because if any of these of the carriers here will be seriously damaged or sunk, its aircraft will be able to rebase on the Henderson Field. If they will be out of range, they will be destroyed. So you are moving your units with number keys, and I'm going to move Saratoga group 1 point west. Okay, they are now here, and I think this is where they are going to stay. So let's use orange color to mark their new position. Okay, and that's all. Next, Task Force 5. This is Enterprise, and we are going to move Enterprise not very far, because I want them to stay closer to each other. So let's go on the same. Okay, they are going to stay together. This is a good idea for carrier groups, because they can provide close support to each other. Oh, sorry. A bad thing for such tactics might be that if they will be found by the enemy, then the enemy will find both groups. But we are starting this battle, so this might be not a bad idea to keep them together. Okay, so that's all. Next mission, Task Force 6, which is here, and they are going to move north. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they are now here. All right, and that's all. And now our submarines. First we have a Task Force 7. So Task Force 7 is going to move two squares east. So this is 3. So Task Force 7 is now here. And now Task Force 8 is going to move here. You can move in such a way, but when you move on the adjacent square, you pay 2 movement points. But when you move in this way, you have to spend 3 movement points. So I want to move southeast. Yeah, So you can see I spent 3 movement points to move my Task Force 8 here. Alright, so that's all when it comes to the movement. And next we have to command of our land force. Land actions are very limited in this game. You just have to decide how you are going to attack in the Guadalcanal. So yes, I want to attack. I want to attack with the level of 4. And now Japanese player is making his actions. It takes a while, so I will return when it will be done. Okay, we are done. So you can see this is We Go game, where both players are making their decisions and then activating their units simultaneously. Okay, now we can launch our aircraft. So yeah, first Henderson Field. You can see these light squares here. They are marking the range of the aircraft from the Henderson Field. We have 19 Wildcats, and they can be sent on the two kinds of combat air patrol. First one, close combat air patrol, which means they are going to patrol on this square where they are, and they are more effective. Or you can send them on the long-range combat air patrol that allows them to give a support and attack enemy groups in the higher range, but these attacks are weaker. So I think I will send a couple of my Wildcats on the on the combat air patrol here, and some of them will be sent on the long-range air patrol as well. How many of them? I have 14 to be used, so let it be 7. Now we have Dauntlesses, and Dauntlesses are pretty effective against enemy ships. So I think I will not go. I'm not going to send them anywhere. Now Espiritu Santo, it is here. We have a couple of Wildcats there, but well, you can see there is a higher range from the Guadalcanal, so I don't think they will find any enemy to be used. So let's send them on the long-range combat air patrol. Now Avengers, let them do search missions, and Dauntlesses, let them do sub-search missions. And finally, Flying Fortresses. Okay, they are pretty strong, so I think I will keep them for the attacks. Why? You can see that there is Espiritu Santo B-17 maximum range, so the range is pretty impressive. So if we'll find an enemy somewhere here, they might be able to attack them. So let's keep them. Okay, and now our carriers. First, Wildcats. Combat air patrol is pretty important on the carriers, because this means that they are protecting their own carrier. So I'm going to use, I think, 26 of my Wildcats to protect Saratoga. And I will send a couple of Avengers on the search mission. Oh no, sorry, I made a mistake. Ha ha ha. Okay, no sub-search missions. So I will have to send some Dauntlesses on the search missions. Okay, my mistake. And next I'm going to send a couple of my Dauntlesses on the sub-search missions. No. Okay, Enterprise. Same stuff. 26 Wildcats to protect Enterprise. None of the long range. 7 Avengers on the sub-search. So on the search. 0 on the sub-search, and 0 Dauntlesses on any search missions. They are more effective when attacking the enemies. Okay, and Wasp. Wasp is here. I am not sure if it will be engaged in combat now, because it's still pretty far from the Guadalcanal area, but I will keep some of my fighters and let's keep Dauntlesses if needed. Maybe let's send some of them on the sub-search. Okay, these are our air missions, and now AI is going to plan their own air missions, but first we have to check if we found anything. And of course this means that AI might find our ships as well. And this is another moment when it is good to have some card and pen, because you might need to note the enemy units. Of course, if you will find any. Okay, we found 4 enemy naval groups. They are here, not very far from us. Okay, so again, it is good to have a card and notice. First, Group 15. It has 2 carriers, 2 battleships, 6 cruisers and a couple of destroyers. Definitely a powerful and mighty opponent. So I'm going to note on my card that Group 15 contains 2 aircraft carriers and 2 battleships. Definitely something we would rather like to keep away of. Okay, Group 16. Same box. It is somewhere here. So let's mark 5, 6 and use a red to tell us. Okay. Battleship, couple of cruisers and couple of destroyers. Another powerful group. Okay. Next, Group 17. Another 2 aircraft carriers and 1 destroyer. Okay, these groups seems to be pretty weak. I mean, these are only 2 carriers, but they are pretty close to another group. So we have to check Group 18. What? My God! How many carriers they have? This is amazing. Hell, I already feel that I am heavy outgunned and out aircrafted. Okay, and also you can see there are some transport units. So this is a convoy that are trying to reach Guadalcanal and unload their supply for the soldiers fighting here. Okay, fighting them will be pain in the, well, you know where. Okay, so now, what are we going to do with these guys? Now, when we know where they are, we can plan our actions. Launch air strikes, of course. Henderson Field. Yes. Select target. And now the question is, which group is the best to attack? They are pretty close to each other, so their aircraft will provide escort and cover for all the groups. Not an easy piece of cake. I think I will start to attack Group 15. So 15. We will send escort of 7 Wildcats and 12 Dauntlesses. Espiritu Santo. Now, do we have any? I think some of our B-17s might be in range. Let's check. And I think they will attack Group 18. So all flying fortresses will be sent to attack Group 18. Sarah. Sarah is here. So I will focus my attacks on Group 18. Ten Wildcats, 15 Avengers, and 30 Dauntlesses. Enterprise. Enterprise is on the same square as Sarah, so it is going to launch attack on the group 18 or 15. 15. 10 Wildcats, 8 Avengers, and 36 Dauntlesses. Okay, and Wasp. Well, Wasp has no one in range, so we can simply skip. Yeah, prepare counter-strike, no. Transfer aircraft, no. So all we have to do now is to see and wait. Because now... So our aircraft from Henderson Field are attacking Shokaku group. You can now see the effects of this group. We are fighting against Shokaku carriers, Shokaku fighters. Now we are fighting against Zuikaku fighters. Okay. Oh my. This is going to hurt. Definitely Japanese fighters were better than American fighters in this stage of war. Okay, we hit 2 zeros, not bad, not bad. So, is that all? Okay, now our bombers are going to attack. Well, there are 8 Dauntlesses, so I don't have high hopes, but maybe. Okay, we achieved nothing. We lost some of our aircraft, they lost some too, but nothing. The result is 0. Because you have no points for aircrafts, so you can lose as many aircraft as you want. The enemy won't get victory points for that. Okay, now our flying fortresses are going to attack, and it is engaged by fighters from light carrier Rujo. We lost our one B-17. I don't think that B-17s might be very effective against ships. They are more effective against land installations, but oh, another fortress is done. They are trying to score a hit on this transport ship, but they failed. And now they are attacking some light carrier. Sorry, light cruiser. Nothing. Okay. So it wasn't very effective attack. We lost 2 fortresses and achieved nothing. So let's hope that our carriers will do the best. You can see this is not a very fast game. Well, this is 40 years old game. Okay, now Saratoga group. Okay, 1 Wildcat and 1 Avenger is done. That's not bad. And now my bombers from Saratoga are going to attack. Let's hope. Let's hope they will do the trick. Okay, 2 bombs hit APD-2. Now they are attacking. Oh my! Why they are attacking some Kawakaze destroyer? They should focus on carriers or transport ships. Okay, we score a hit on Kaiser Fututaka. Yeah, Fututaka, sorry. 1 Avenger is done. Well, we scored some hits, but I think none of these ships is sinking. So it's not something that I will be very proud of. Okay, we have one more group from Enterprise. Hope it will do better. Okay, one ship is done. Ha! APD2 is going down. Not bad. I think this is a transport ship. Okay, and now Enterprise group. It is attacked from by fighters from Shokaku. We lost 3 Dauntlesses, but they lost 2 zeros. Now Zyukaku fighters are attacking us. Oh, 3 Dauntlesses done and 1 Wildcat. Well, these are not Hellcats after all. And one more group from Light Carrier Ryujo. Okay, 1 Dauntless only. Come on, guys. You can do it. You can do it. Kirishima. Okay, this is battleship. Nothing. Chikuma. Okay, 1 hit, 2 hits on Chikuma. Oh, well, finally, some carrier. Okay, 1 hit on Shokaku. Come on, do some more. Another bump on Shokaku. And they are focusing on Zuikaku. Nothing. And hey, this is a battleship, so I don't think we can do much against it. Nothing. Okay, but we scored some hits on their aircraft carrier, so I think it wasn't that bad. Well, looks like it is not sinking. I think we need more hits on it. But I think she's going to suffer some damage. And now, when we are done, a Japanese player is going to have his payback time. Okay, now my fighters from Henderson Field that are sent on the close air patrol are doing their job. Next, Saratoga is attacked. You can see that all 26 fighters from Saratoga were sent to the close air patrol, but they are not doing very well. They lost two of them, and they destroyed only 3 bombers. I expected them to do better. So now we have to survive or not Japanese attack. Of course, good old Saratoga is going to be the target. 3 vals are done. Like I said, we don't have points for destroyed enemy aircraft, so okay. Now, it wasn't bad. We shot a couple of their aircraft and they achieved no hits on our ships. Good old Sarah was in pretty dire situation, but so far it survived. But it's not for us to be happy, because Japanese side has much more carriers, as you could see. So we have to expect more attacks. Okay, now Zyukaku is going to attack us. 14 fighters and 42 bombers. So Henderson Field Band did nothing. And Saratoga fighters. Oh. Okay, now they did pretty well. Destroying 3, 6, 7 bombers and 1 fighter. But still we have to survive their attack. Okay, New Orleans is under attack. 1 valley is done, and of course Saratoga. Oh, oh, ouch, 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 they hit Saratoga. This is bad, this is very bad. Go away from my Sarah, you bastards. Okay. So this Kate's missed. Okay, 1 hit on Saratoga. 1 bomb, it shouldn't be a big deal, but of course Sarah is currently damaged. I think they have more carriers, and this is going to be still far from over. Okay, now this light carrier Ryujo is attacking us. Okay, you can see this is light carrier, so they have only 7 fighters and 14 bombers. Nothing serious. Okay, hope Saratoga's escort will do the trick of... These bastards are really angry on Saratoga. You can see they focused their attacks on them. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 bombers and 2 fighters are down. At the cost of 1 wildcat. And now let them try. This Ryujo bastard is going to... trying to hit Saratoga again. Why, I am not even surprised. Okay, they achieved nothing. That's good. So far, I think we are doing better. But I don't know if this is the end of their attacks or not. We're going to see. Okay, that's all. They are not going to do any more attacks, and now this is surface and submarine search. If there are some ships on the same square, they can attack each other, but looks like there are not. My plan is to send my submarines somewhere here to cut off their way, because they are surely trying to reach Guadalcanal with this convoy. So maybe if my submarines will be there, they will be able to stop them, and my carriers have to stay closer to the Guadalcanal as well. Okay, this is the end of the first turn. I think we made it so far not bad. Of course, Sarah is damaged, but I think we damaged at last 1 of their carriers, maybe even 2, and we sunk 1 of their transports. So this shouldn't be bad. Okay, our marines did the trick. They attacked with 3000, they suffered no casualties, and Japanese forces suffered 1000 casualties. Very good. Looks like the Devil Dogs know how to do it. Wish we can do as good on the sea. So you can see this is not a very complicated game. The problem with this game is that it is pretty long, especially when you play a campaign. A campaign takes about 300 of turns, and as far as I know, about 20 or 30 turns are going to be turns with some real actions. So this is a pretty long game when you play a campaign. Okay, now we see the score. Japan has 18 and we have 81. So we are winning, but with 1 point only. So I wouldn't call this a decisive victory. And now we have a second turn, which is PM turn. This means that in this turn we cannot use our aircraft. Alright, so we can now check our sunk ships. 5. Let's see what was sunk. So only this APD2 and we get 7 points for that. Now it's always a good idea to check air group display. Okay, why it is pretty important? Because sometimes when your aircraft carriers are heavy damaged, they might like to transfer their aircraft on the nearest airbase. So sometimes you might even not be aware of that. So it is good idea to check your aircraft rooster every turn. Okay, so that's all for now. Let's go and continue. So let's go. Adjustment complete. Now we have a movement phase. Taffy 4. Taffy 4 is here. And where I'm going to move Taffy 4? I think I will move it somewhere here. But the problem is that there is a Rabaul base. And there are definitely some bombers here that would love to get a close meeting with our ships. So I think I will move. This is a Saratoga group. Saratoga was damaged, so I think I will move Saratoga here. This is 7. Okay, so let's mark Sarah here. Let's use this color. Oh, this is not a very good, very visible color, but I hope it will do the trick. And now I'm going to that's all. Now Taffy 5 with Enterprise, also known as Grey Ghost, and Grey Ghost is going to sail 1 zone north. So Enterprise is going to be here. 0. Now Taffy 6 with Wasp. I want to move it closer. So northwest. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, it is now somewhere here, I believe. Alright. If I would play this game for a long time, I would probably read this map better, and I would be able to mark my units better. I'm still not certain if I am marking them properly. I hope so. Okay, 0. Now my submarines. Okay, Taffy 7. Taffy 7 is going to move here, north of this Santa Isabel. This is northeast, so it's 2. So Taffy 7 is here. And now Taffy 8 is going to move to sail east. Alright, Taffy 8, you go, girl. It is east. East is 3. So 1, 2. So here is Taffy 8. Alright, so that's all when it comes to the movement. And now Japanese player is taking his actions, because there are no air stuff in this turn. So that's the end of the day 1. We are now starting with day 2. Oh, you can see the Japanese player get a couple of victory points. I wonder why, because there was no any encounters in this turn, but I think it's because that maybe some of their transport ships reached Guadalcanal, and because of that they get some victory points. Okay, it is still a situation where our number of victory points is quite close, so there is still no decisive victory. Okay, so we don't have to check stuff here, we know what to do, so let's go and do our movement phase. Okay, this is Saratoga. She is here, and now I wonder where she is going to go. Since enemy gets some victory points because of convoy, so I assume that this convoy reached this area. Moving Sarah here might be a good idea, but from the other hand, it might be dangerously close to the Rabaul. But I will take this risk. It is northwest, so 8. So let Sarah go here. I will use dark brown. Oh no, this is not 8 but 4. Alright, so this is Sarah, and that's all. Now Taffy 5. I think I will move Taffy 5 down a bit, so it is southeast. Southeast is 4. It will be here. Okay, I know it looks messy. And now let it stay here. I'm not going to move it any further because I want to keep close to the Henderson field. And now Taffy 6. It is here. Okay, I made a mistake previously. It shouldn't be on this square, but on that square. Like I said, it needs some practice. Okay, I think I will make it here and let it stay on this. Oh, sorry. So that's all. And now my submarines. All right. So let my subs do the trick around here. Taffy 7 is here, so let it move east 2 times. Alright, so it is now here. And now Taffy 8. It is moving 2 zones east as well. East is 3, 1, 2. Wonder if we will find anything while patrolling this area. Alright, so that's all. Okay, do we want to attack Japanese? Of course, and a level of 4. And time for Japanese player to do the tricks. Okay, and now we can do our air operations. Yeah, okay, Henderson Field. I think I will send all my Henderson Field aircraft on the long-range patrol this time, so they can provide some support to Saratoga if attacked. So 0 and 12. Dauntlesses. Do I want to send them on the search mission? No. No. Espiritu Santo. Long range. I don't think they can provide some support to these groups here, because, well, this is pretty long distance, but maybe they will be able to find something. Avenger on the search missions. Yeah, you go. Dauntlesses, 6 on the search, 6 on the sub-search, and now fortresses. I think I will send a couple of them on the search missions, 0 on the sub-search. Okay, Sarah. Sarah is here, so definitely I want to send a lot of my fighters on the combat air patrol. None of the long range. Avenger. Let's send all Avengers on the search missions. And let's keep Dauntlesses in reserve. Enterprise. Enterprise is going to keep its Wildcats on the in the close patrol. Majority of them, I think 20. I think I will send 5 of them on the long range. Avengers, 7 of them on the search, 7 on the sub-search, and Dauntlesses in reserve. And Wasp? Okay, Wasp is going to keep 20 fighters in the combat air patrol, or maybe no, maybe no. 15 in the combat air patrol. So we have 13 now. I will send 6 on the long-range patrol, and I will send 10 of my Avengers on the search, 5 on the sub-search, and none of the Dauntlesses. Alright, yeah, our missions are correct. We can now check for the enemy. Let's take a look and see if we'll find anything on this vast open ocean. Okay, we found something, not bad. 15, 16 and 18. 15 was that carrier group, I believe. Yeah, 2 carriers and 1 battleship. Okay, pretty big group. It is here. So it is, I think it is somewhere here. So let's mark with 5. Next. What do we have next? Group 16. Where is group 16? I think on the same in the same square. Yes, the same square. So it's 56 here. Oh, sorry. And now group 18. Like I said, this is this convoy, I believe. 18. So they can be a pretty juicy target for Saratoga. They have this light carrier, I think, it's CV, and a couple of transport ships. Okay. So exit, and let's see if we can do something. Anderson Field. I don't remember if I have any bombers on the Henderson Field. 18 for Wildcats and 7 Dauntlesses. Of course, let's go. Espiritu Santo, yeah. And 15, definitely 15. I'm going to send all my remaining fortresses. Now Saratoga, yeah, you want to do it. And 15 again. Oh no, 18, sorry. Sarah, you are going to attack on 18. 36 Dauntlesses. Enterprise, yes. 15. Wildcat 10. Dauntlesses 29. And Wasp, yes. 15. 7 Wildcats and 36 Dauntlesses. Okay, and now this is a moment of truth. Oh no, I don't wanna to transfer. Combat resolution. Let's see if we do anything. Okay, we attacked some APD-35 and it was hit with a bomb. Looks like it is not sinking. Too bad. Okay, wonder if Sarah's group will hit them badly. Okay, first all the aircraft from the land bases are attacking, so now our flying fortresses are attacking this group with Shokaku and I think Zuikaku. Yeah, Zuikaku. One fortresses, 2 fortresses and 1 zero. Oh. I hope that I will destroy more zeros, so my groups from Wasp and Enterprise will have an easier job. I don't think that 7 fighters will do much damage to them. Okay, 1 0 is done again. Oh, Ryujo is here. Okay, so like I said, I don't think that these flying fortresses will do anything, but it won't hurt to try. Okay. So now our main forces are going to attack, hoping they will do better than the land-based aircraft. I think you can clearly see that Japanese ships are outgun our ships, so it is better to stay away of them and not to engage from any direct gun-to-gun combat, because they would probably hit us hard. Okay, now bombers are attacking. Okay, we hit full Taka cruiser. Okay, 2 hits on Umikaze destroyer. 2 hits on Chokai cruiser. Light cruiser Jinsu is fine. Now transport ship Kinoyu Maru is hit with a bomb. Okay, we scored some hits of them, but looks like none of them was fatal, since all these ships are fine. I expected this attack to be more effective, actually. There is a chance that these ships that were hit will slow down the convoy a bit, but this is a short scenario, so we don't have to expect much. Okay, now our attack. Oh, and looks like enemy fighters are doing their job fine. We lost 5 Dauntlesses. Now this is going to hurt. Well, at last I hope it will hurt them as well. I think we hit some of their aircraft carriers previously, so maybe there is a chance that we hit them more. Well, why not? Okay, Zuikaku is a target. Oh, nothing. That's bad. Another attack on Zuikaku and nothing. And yet another attack on Zuikaku. Wow, 2 hits on Zuikaku. Not bad. And now Shokaku. Nothing. Only 2 hits on Zuikaku. It is still alive. So let's hope that Wasp group will do better. Because Enterprise group, well, did Medicore at last. Okay. Two Dauntlesses and 1 0. Oh, 2 Whitecats, 1 0. And these are only 3 fighters. But, well, they hit 1 Dauntless. Alright, so let's... You can do it, guys. I believe in you. Now Zuikaku. Shokaku. Nothing. My god. Bye. Can you see this? They are attacking with such strength and nothing. Some Akizuki for destroyer. Come on, guys, just a single bomb. Oh. I don't know how to comment this. Really. Such a perfect attack at nothing. And of course, Japanese aircraft are going to attack us back now. You can tell. Okay, and now these are bombers from Rabaul, and these are Betty bombers. So they are going to probably they are probably going to attack Saratoga. Yeah, they are going to attack Saratoga. You can see this is a big number of group of aircraft. 36 fighters and 32 bombers. My. Okay, we hit 2 more bombers and lost 2 fighters. Well, we have to survive attack of the 30 Betis. I don't know how our group is going to survive this. This is going to be tough. We will see. Yeah. Of course, poor Sarah is going to be attacked. One Betty is done, but this is nothing. We shot down some Bettys. Okay, their bombers failed. And you can see this is the same situation as with my B-17s. These bombers are quite effective against land installations or ship in ports, but not against ships on the sea. So these Bettys failed. But this was just the beginning, because now their bombers from their carriers are going to attack. And this is something we have to be afraid of more, because there are 31 bombers are flying towards us. Oh, they are attacking Enterprise. Okay, looks like Escort did the trick now. We hit a couple of their bombers. It was 31, so now it's 24 and now 23. Okay, that's better. But we still cannot feel safe, because it's still pretty strong attack, and I think that their aircraft are pretty dangerous. Okay, Enterprise. We don't have Jean-Luc Picard. And yeah, they hit Enterprise. North Carolina is hit twice. Oh my! This is actually the last combat in this scenario, because I mean last combat phase, because this is 2 days scenario, and the second phase is night phase, where you cannot perform air attacks. Okay, I am afraid of this North Carolina. It suffered two hits with bombs. Okay, and now Zuikaku is going to attack me. I think that what is cool in this game, that it makes you feel like you are really a commander. I mean, there is no there are no fancy animations, no graphics. You are just following the map and getting informations what's going on. So this gives you a taste of being a commander. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bombers done. You can see it is not a bad idea to send some of your fighters on the long-range air patrol. They can still provide some cover to the other of your groups. Okay, we now have to withstand the last attack. They are attacking Enterprise again. Oh. And North Carolina, which was already hit. Wow, one more time. Poor North Carolina. Alright, looks like Enterprise survived this attack. And North Carolina is not sinking. Alright, this is not bad. Oh, one more group from this light carrier Ryujo. This is only 6 fighters and 10 bombers, but well, we cannot ignore this. And all these long-range air patrols did nothing to them. Okay. Okay, they are targeting Wasp this time. Oh my, we lost 2 Wildcats and destroyed 1-0, but no bombers. This is not good. So all their bombers are going to reach my Wasp. I think Wasp. But let's see. Of course, Wasp. Okay, they failed. That's good. So, that's all when it comes to the air attacks. Looks like both sides suffered some damage on their ships, but so far nothing big was sunk. I think only some smaller ships were sunk down. And of course a lot of aircraft was sent on the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. Okay, surface search, submarine search, this should be nothing. Oh, maybe. No, no, no. I wish I could stay here. If my subs will be there, I would be able to hit these bastards with my subs. But I moved further, so nope. I should stay on this square, then my subs would be able to attack them. I forgot to mark them, they should be here. Okay. So no attacks, no bombardment, air units return to base, and I think that's all. I wonder about the points. Okay, our attack, we lost 200 soldiers, they lost 800 soldiers. That's good. At last, on the land, we are definitely gaining some advantage. I think so. Because on the sea, I think it is a draw. None of the major ships was destroyed. I think this game could be better if it would be, well, if there would be a better map in the game. So I wouldn't be able to use this other map. No. And let's see, this is the last turn. Okay, we have some more victory points. I think we scored more hits on them. And C to continue. Okay, this is a last turn, this is night turn, so there won't be much stuff to do. Let's check display sunk ships. Is it only this one single ship we hit in the previous turn? Yeah, only this APD2. Nothing serious, only 7 points. And I want to check my air group display. Okay, all my carriers are still carrying their airplanes, so none of them was heavy damaged. This is good. And now we can go on. Yeah, adjustment complete, movement phase. Now this is a night turn, so we don't have to be afraid of enemy aircraft. So what I'm going to do is to move west with Saratoga group. Okay, Saratoga is going to stay here. Which color I should use? I think for I will use black again. I wouldn't like to engage my ships with artillery combat with enemy ships. I mean, they have definitely more battleships, so no, I will rather move back. So Enterprise is going to move here, and Wasp is going to move here. All right. Now my submarines. Okay. And now I want to know where the enemy ships are. I think they are somewhere here, but where? That's the problem. Okay, so now I can use my Taffy 7. Taffy 7 is here, so let it move west. It will go here again. I don't think it will be able to score anything. And Taffy 8 also west. It's here again. And that's all. Okay, so this is game over. Let's check the victory points. Okay, we won slightly. 106 versus 92. Japanese get a more strategic point, I think, because they managed to drop some of their supply stuff into the Guadalcanal, but we managed to get more victory points because of ship damage. We hit more of their ships and looks like we hit them bad. Only one ship was sunk, this APD, so nothing serious. Okay, so that's all. I hope I was able to show you how this game works. Okay, this was pretty short and intensive scenario. Enemy groups were close to each other, there was a constant danger of combat, and when you play a long campaign, such situations are not very often. For the most of your time, you are simply trying to locate the enemy, moving your groups. Sometimes you have to repair them. For example, on the Espiritu Santo, you can see this naval base here. And you have to remember to transport your convoys onto the Guadalcanal. So that's how this game works. Of course, it's an obsolete game. This is a 40 years old war game, but I think it is worth to show you how they made these games at the beginning of 80s. So thank you for watching and see you next time.